Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm just going to do my um, NHL 2017 Stanley Cup Playoff Bracket Challenge, and I'm going to show my predictions on who I think is going to win the Stanley Cup this year and every round. So let's get going. Let's start off in the West with Chicago and Nashville. I'm pretty sure I think Chicago will take that. Minnesota, St. Louis. St. Louis has not been playing very well, and Minnesota's really hot, so it's kind of easy to pick that one. Anaheim versus Calgary. Anaheim has been one of those teams for me that they play well and then they don't play well. They're not very consistent whatsoever. I don't really get a whole lot of coverage, TV coverage, and stuff like that from them because I'm on the East Coast. But regardless, I'm going to pick the Calgary Flames over the Anaheim Ducks. I hear that they haven't won in Anaheim in a long time, so I think this is their year to do that and get over that hurdle. Um, Edmonton and San Jose. How do you not pick Connor McDavid? So Connor McDavid's going to the round two, and San Jose I think is going to go home. All right, let's roll over to the East Coast. Okay, so the East Coast we're going to go Montreal versus New York. Carey Price is a really good goaltender, and Lundqvist is a very good goaltender. So this is going to be kind of a toss-up. You're not too sure what's going to happen here. I'm hearing Shea Weber's coming back for Montreal, so they're probably going to be a little bit stronger. But I think I'm still going to take New York over Montreal. Ottawa and Boston. Now this is another series that I really am concerned about because I don't like Boston. They are such a really good defensive team that they have the ability to shut down any team in the league if they're playing good. So they are an offensive and a defensive threat that I don't like. So I'm gonna just out of choice here, I think that Boston will do that and take out Ottawa. All right, on to the next one. Washington Capitals versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. Well, I think everybody's predicting Washington to win the cup this year, so I don't think I have to even explain why I'm going to pick Washington over Toronto. But yeah, hopefully Toronto can give them a run for their money and really beat them up really good, wear them down. Pittsburgh and Columbus. This series right here is a very biased series for me because I'm a Pens fan. I have been for a long time. So, of course, I'm going to pick Pittsburgh over Columbus. Columbus has been really good this year, so let's not knock Columbus for anything they've done because they were really good this year. Okay, so now that we have all of our first round picks, or first round teams picked, let's move on to the second round. Back to the West. Minnesota or Chicago versus Minnesota. Again, this is going to be another really good series, but I think Chicago's got the depth to be able to go all the way. Calgary and Edmonton. How do you not pick Connor McDavid? Like, that's all I can say. How do you not pick Connor McDavid? Now back over here on the East. New York Rangers versus Boston. This whole section of the bracket here is unpredictable, and I'm not too sure what's going to happen here. So I'm just going to pick what I don't want to win because that's usually how it works. I don't want these teams to win, and then they win, and then I hate myself because I didn't pick them. So this year I'll just do pick the teams that I don't want to win. Boom. Huh. Okay, Washington and Pittsburgh. Now, in my opinion, whoever wins this series is going to win the Stanley Cup this year. That's just personally my opinion. but biased opinion, I'm going to pick that. Pittsburgh. Hopefully they can take out Washington and roll on to round three, conference final. Conference finals. So we got our final four here. So now, this is where it starts to get a little bit more trickier because you got four very good teams. Like, I don't think Boston, let's just pick that because I don't think Boston's going anywhere. So we'll just go that way. And this is the one that I'm like torn between. Do I pick Chicago or do I pick Edmonton? I sure would love to see a Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby final, but for some reason I think it's going to be Chicago-Pittsburgh. And how many? Okay, well, we're going to pick Pittsburgh to win, and we're going to pick, let's say, 32 goals. Okay, so how do we do our round one numbers? Chicago will beat Nashville in 6. Minnesota will beat St. Louis in 5. Calgary will beat Anaheim in 7. Edmonton will beat San Jose in 6. I think the New York Rangers will beat the Canadiens in 7. Boston Bruins, they'll probably be 7. Washington versus Toronto, I think Toronto will lose in 5 if they don't get swept. But like, I'd rather see Toronto go all the way here and make a run for it here. All right, and then Pittsburgh versus Columbus in 6 games. I think that's a consensus. A lot of people are kind of saying Pittsburgh's going to take that in 6, but anything can happen, right? All right. That was my bracket in that league. Just join that league. It's not like I feel that way about Gary Bettman, but I do wish that he would resign and maybe let somebody else do the job for a little while because I don't know, if you ask me, anybody that does a job for a long period of time, they just don't appreciate it like they should. You know what I mean? So I think if it's like I'm from Canada, right? And for a long time we had a Prime Minister, Jean Chrétien, and he was Prime Minister forever. Like for as far as I can remember, it was for like a long ass time. It was probably like 13 years or something, right? And it was just like, can we please have somebody new? But then we got somebody new, and it was, you know what I mean? Stephen Harper. It was even worse. So now I'm happy with Trudeau. So, but long story short is, you know what I mean? This commissioner needs to go, in my opinion. Put somebody else that's new. Let's put in an ex-player or something like that. But yeah, those are my brackets. And thanks for watching my video. Look how many brackets I have. I got 5 brackets. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. If you made it to this point, you're the best. And if you want to see any more hockey videos or me just rambling about hockey or whatever, then just leave it in the comments. Or what team do you think is going to win the Stanley Cup? Leave that in the comments. I'm most concerned about Penguin fans out there. So if there's any Penguin fans out there, what do you think is going how this is going to play out? Do you think Pittsburgh is going to take out Columbus and then take out Washington and then take out the winner of these series to go to the Cup? How do you think it's going to play out? Leave it in the comments.